And the Wells College Express. Bob Long here to bring you the action, and the 2-5 Express of Wells College look to come in a big way and take down an undefeated team, the 8-0 Swarthmore Garnet. Starters for Wells: Rich Ross, number 0, averaging just under 20 a game. Vaughn-Dell Brantley, he's a junior guard out of Syracuse, New York. He's averaging over 10 points a game. Chris Courtney, number 21, averaging 11. Jordan Bishop, a senior out of Arlington, Texas. And then the starting center, James Fiacco, averaging 8 a game at 6'7", out of Auburn, New York. For Swarthmore, normal starting 5 that they see here at Tarbell: Matt Brennan, sophomore point guard, averaging 11.5 points a game. Sam Liebrick, a junior out of Falls Church, Virginia. Zach Yonda, 14.6 points a game for the sophomore, over 50% from the field, out of Berwyn, Pennsylvania. Chris Bourne, averaging 16.6 points a game, the team's leading scorer, a junior. And then the center, Robbie Walsh, a sophomore, 6'8", averaging 8.6 points a game. Officials today: Chris Conti, Sean Campbell, and Jim Ostwald. Wells yesterday beat Maine Maritime Academy to get to this championship game. Swarthmore beat Earlham in the early game. It's the best start in school history, 8-0 the Garnet, looking to win another one before moving into almost exclusively conference play in the Centennial Conference. Wells takes the floor dressed in their road black uniforms, the white trim and the red lettering. Swarthmore in their home whites, black trim, garnet lettering. It will be 6'8" Robbie Walsh against 6'3" Rich Ross, who will take the tap. Tip easily won by Walsh, and we're underway in the Garnet Holiday Tournament Championship game. Yonda now, top of the key. Wells in a matchup zone. Liebrick was looking for Walsh, they'll skip pass across. Back to Liebrick now, 10 to shoot. They get it down to Walsh. Double team comes, skip pass up to Yonda for 3. Knocks it down. 3 quick ones for Zach Yonda in the game's first possession. Now Chris Courtney. Top of the key, Vaughn-Dell Brantley for 3. The lefty knocks it down. Swarthmore beats a bit of backcourt pressure. Double team comes on Liebrick. He finds Yonda right back to him. Brennan tries to work through the Yonda screen. Now he gets it on the baseline. 12 to shoot. Brennan launches a 3. No good. A long rebound back. A new 30 inside to Walsh now. Floats it up with the left hand and scores. Brantley now off to Ross. Jordan Bishop guarded by number 10. Now off to Brantley, another 3. That one's off. He knew it right away. Couldn't get his own rebound, and Liebrick came down with it. Brennan nearly lost the handle. Liebrick looks to get inside to Walsh. Triple team comes on Robbie Walsh. Tries to fight through, still has the ball. And he travels. Walsh with the steps. 18-12 to play, first half of the Garnet Holiday Tournament Championship game between Wells and Swarthmore. Chris Courtney guarded by Liebrick. Express into their offense. Vaughn-Dell Brantley, couple too many steps, and steps are called. Chris Conti, the referee, making that call. Full court pressure now for Wells. Brennan up the floor, finds Bourne. Yonda comes baseline, all the way in, off the glass and good. (7-3) early. Swarthmore leads. Bishop. Gets inside, a bit too hot to handle the pass, will eventually be stolen. Up the floor now comes Yonda, all the way to the bucket, he scores. And a quick timeout called by Wells. 9-3 early, 2.5 minutes into this one. They'll extend it to a full timeout, we'll take it with them. 9-3 Swarthmore in the championship game of the Garnet Holiday Tournament. And you're listening and watching this game on the Garnet Sports Network. Welcome back to Tarbell Pavilion. 9-3 early for Swarthmore. They lead over the Wells College Express. Swarthmore 8-0 in the year, looking to advance to 9-0 before the full force of conference play begins. Rich Ross, guarded by Bourne. Now this is Chris Courtney. Bishop looks inside. And an offensive foul, a hook is called against Vondell Brantley. Brantley, a junior guard out of Syracuse, New York. Again, full court pressure from Wells. Brennan now, after getting across the timeline, finds Yonda. Brennan now, a baseline three. A bit long, tipped up by Bourne, but Bishop has it. Quickly now, Courtney, through two defenders, flicks it up wildly. Fortunate to get it back, but Brennan fully falling on the floor. Dove to try to save that one. Good effort out of the Garnet. Sean Thaxter will come into the game, as well as Shane Leffler. Off comes Chris Bourne and Sam Liebrick. Trouble getting it in. They'll force into the backcourt. Vondell Brantley takes the lob. Chris Courtney hands off for Ross. Ross is stolen by Thaxter. Off now to Leffler. Not a lot of numbers, he'll pull back. Inside to Thaxter. Works on the baseline. Inside to Walsh. Gets fouled on his way up and he'll shoot two. Good ball movement that time from Swarthmore. Looks like Thaxter wanted to go up initially. Did a nice job to dribble to the baseline. He found Yonda. And two more passes led to a really good opportunity for Walsh. First free throw up and good for big number 44, Robbie Walsh. Second foul shot is good, and Swarthmore has an 11-3 lead. A good early start for this Garnet team that struggled a bit yesterday against an undermanned Earlham team that got their first win of the season earlier today against Maine Maritime Academy in the third place game. Chris Courtney comes up to the elbow. Ross will launch a three. No good, and the rebound down to Sean Thaxter. Thaxter gets it right back inside to Walsh. Did a nice job to maintain possession there. Wasn't a great pass. Yonda thought about the three, 16 to shoot. Pass will get all the way to Yonda. Comes inside, probably needed a bounce pass there as he was looking for Walsh, knocked out of bounds by Wells. Brennan now to inbound. Here is Yonda. 1 to shoot. They need to get it off. They're not going to. Yonda did not see the shot clock. 15:23 to play. Swarthmore with an 11-3 lead. Not a great play that time, not very heads up. Yonda will take a seat. Liebrick back in, as well as Christian Rhodes, who comes into the game, replacing Matt Brennan. Chris Courtney with 17 to shoot, hands off for Ross. Gets into the lane, a really nice dish, but unable to finish from point blank range, James Fiacco. Rhodes. They extend the matchup zone. Here's Sean Thaxter. Good look to Bourne. Bourne didn't really know what to do with it. 11 to shoot as Thaxter swings to Liebrick for 3. No good, and the rebound, a strong one by Rich Ross. Ross now up the floor. Courtney will get all the way to the hoop, and a good look inside. Usually don't want to leave your feet there, but he was able to find James Fiacco. 11 to 5, 14:25 to play first half. Now Rhodes comes into the lane, shot from the top of the key, a bit too strong off the backboard. Sean Thaxter with the shot. Ross, nice catch there by Bishop. Brantley inside, works hard, cannot get it above the rim. Thaxter with a strong rebound, but a held ball. Vondell Brantley still had a hand in there. And the alternating possession will keep it right here with Wells. Yonda back on the floor. Shane Leffler will come off. Jordan Bishop to throw in, finds Ross. Fresh 30 here for Wells. In the lane, good finish that time from Chris Courtney. Up the floor quickly, Liebrick beats the defense down the floor and scores easily. 13 to 7. Ross will pull up from straightaway 3. Bourne with the easy rebound, not a good shot there or possession. Rhodes, Courtney nearly had him on the spin there, anticipated that and tried to make the steal. Bourne now off to Yonda, 13 to shoot. And it wasn't tipped. Yonda may have thought it was tipped initially, but the pass evades Christian Rhodes and possession back to Wells. Chris Courtney, the junior, averaging 11, up the floor. Bishop just inside the three-point line. That one is off. Robbie Walsh there. Wells not committing at all to rebounding the basketball. And Christian Rhodes is fouled on his way to the bucket. Courtney's first foul, team's third. Sam Liebrick to inbound from underneath Swarthmore's basket. Fresh 30 here for the Garnet. Inside, good look to Bourne. He got blocked, but Walsh is right there on the weak side to clean up the loose change. 15 to 7. Much stronger start than yesterday against Earlham. Vondell Brantley a bit out of control. Fortunate to get that ball to Chris Courtney. They'll reset with 15 to shoot. Courtney guarded by Liebrick, comes off the screen, finds his way into the lane. Might have been tipped by Robbie Walsh, and up the floor now come the Garnet. It's 5-on-4 if they hurry. Courtney able to get back. Rhodes, I don't think was ready for that pass, comes baseline, runs out of room. Brantley up the floor. Bishop fortunate to be able to recover that while still being in bounds. Jump stop in the lane. He's blocked by Walsh. Put another one on the board for big Robbie Walsh. Liebrick had a look from 3. They look to get it inside to Bourne. Catches it way too deep and forced to foul is number 31, James Fiacco. That's a great job of doing work ahead of time by Chris Bourne, coming down the floor with one thing in mind, and that's to establish that position. By the time he got the ball, Fiacco had no choice but to reach in. Henry Cosino will come into the game. Cosino, a freshman out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Brennan off a screen, inside to Walsh. Again, great position and finish. Wells defenders, they need to do more work ahead of time to push these big guys out of the lane. There's already a size advantage. Cannot allow him to catch the ball that deep. Ross, that one's well off. Did not even draw iron. Brantley's there with the rebound, but then he jumps and tries to pass it. Didn't really know where he was going. Andrew Kaufman will be called for an offensive foul. Bit of an elbow, apparently, was trying to just clear space. Certainly did not look intentional from here, but Chris Conti had that call, and that will give the ball right back to the Express of Wells. Kaufman's first, team's first. Now coming off the screen, Darius Smith, a junior out of Tampa, Florida. Smith off to Chris Courtney, spinning in the lane. Foul is called, it rolls off the front rim, he'll shoot 2. 17-7 the score, almost 9 minutes into this one, the championship of the Garnet Holiday Tournament. Courtney lines up very much sideways. Misses the first. Second is good from Chris Courtney. 17-8 now as Swarthmore has to deal with the full court pressure. Broken very easily. Cosino now inside to Walsh. Walsh spins and finishes. Soft bounce off that front rim. Chris Courtney hands off for Darius Smith. Rich Ross goes at Yonda. Straight into the lane, has nowhere to go. Fortunate to get that pass off to Christopher Dean. Brantley with an air ball and Cosino with the easy rebound. Brennan turns, in some trouble, finds Yonda. Launches a baseline 3, it's good. Zach Yonda puts in another 3. Wells spinning, out of control. Foul is called. Zach Yonda got a piece of the wrist. But we've seen Rich Ross and Vondell Brantley just dribble into traffic and kind of jump aimlessly, either trying to pass or make a very contested shot attempt. Really need to settle down here, already trailing by 14. First foul shot is up and good for Rich Ross. One more coming here for Ross. 10:09 to play, first half. Second foul shot is good. 22-10 the score. We'll get a quick substitution. Ross will come off, and MJ Williams, a sophomore out of Tampa as well, will come on. Full court pressure. Smith's in the backcourt guarding Brennan. Brennan able to get it across the timeline. They extend the zone. Inside to Kaufman. One extra pass to Bourne. Bourne unable to finish, a bit too strong. Chris Courtney up the floor. Launching a three from the top of the key and hitting is Christopher Dean, a sophomore. Brennan, open three for Cosino. No good, able to keep it inbounds with the help of Kaufman. Now Brennan, good extra look from the elbow. Last touch by Wells, it was knocked out of bounds as he tried to go to the weak side block and find Bourne. Brennan now top of the key. Leffler off a screen. Instead they go inside to Bourne. Bourne amidst the double team cannot finish with the left hand. Darius Smith now up the floor for Wells. Newly substituted Jared Alexander. Courtney resets, 16 to shoot. MJ Williams comes off a screen. Hand check called against Henry Cosino. He knew that right away. Freedom of movement, a big deal in college basketball in the last few years, and a few rules adjustments. Anytime you put a hand on a guy like that as he's driving to check or chuck or discard an offensive player, that will be called. It's the team's fourth foul. Cosino's second already. Second in just 3 minutes of action. Darius Smith off the screen from the elbow. It's a moving screen called against Jared Alexander, so wipe the bucket off the board. Swarthmore now to inbound. They lead by 9, 8:40 to play first half. Leffler past the timeline. Liebrick thought about the three. Yonda with 17 to shoot, finds Bourne. Pass back to Liebrick, he'll launch a three, no good. Bourne tips it up, it almost goes in. Rubayo gets the rebound. Yonda, an open three. That one's short, Rubayo again got a hand on it, but it's knocked out of his hands and out of bounds. Swarthmore, they retain the possession. Fresh 30 for the Garnet. Yonda takes a step inside the three-point line, gets stolen. MJ Williams, good extra pass to Bishop, might have walked. No call, there was some contact as well. Wells wanted a foul, no whistles whatsoever. Leffler now inside to Rubayo. Double team comes, dribbles through it. Good look outside to Yonda. He knocks it down. Wonderful look from Michael Rubayo. Jordan Bishop with 16 to shoot. Up top, finds Smith. Jumps again, somehow gets it where it needs to go. Alexander from mid-range, that one's no good. Leffler now. Sam Liebrick. Matchup zone here again for Wells. It'll be another open look for Zach Yonda, and he knocks it down again. Yonda with a big first half. He has 16 already. Yonda and Walsh have 26 of the 28 scored for Swarthmore here this afternoon. Darius Smith has some room to get into the lane. Shoulders some contact, unable to finish. No foul called. Swarthmore back up the floor. Good pass through to Liebrick. Floats, can't finish. Bourne with the rebound. He can. And a timeout from Wells. 30-13, the Garnet lead big in the Garnet Holiday Tournament Championship game. Full timeout called. We'll take a break here from Tarbell Pavilion. You are watching the Garnet Holiday Tournament Final right here on the Garnet Sports Network. .6:21 to play first half here from Tarbell Pavilion on the campus of Swarthmore College. 30-13 the Garnet lead, and how about the day for Zach Yonda? 6 of 7 from the field, 4 of 5 from 3, and 16 points already. Now Vondell Brantley up top. The long three is no good from Christopher Dean. A good rebound, and Andrew Kaufman is fouled. Already the 6th foul of the half against Wells, so the next either defensive or loose ball foul against Wells, and Swarthmore will be shooting the 1-on-1. Second foul there called against Jared Alexander. Inside they go to Walsh. Good hands there. Liebrick able to get it back. Inside to Kaufman. Head fakes, gets under the basket, and flips it in. Good bucket that time from Andrew Kaufman. Robbie Walsh is going to foul pretty hard there against number 24, Jordan Bishop, senior out of Arlington, Texas. He will go to the line to shoot too. First foul shot up and good from Jordan Bishop. David Dames, a freshman out of Manhattan, New York, will come in for Wells. On the far side of the lane there, rebounding. Bishop's second foul shot in and out. Kaufman with the rebound. 32-14 the score. Swarthmore's come out and punched Wells in the mouth early. Rhodes is fouled by Bishop, a bit too close there, and nudged him as he was dribbling away. That's the 7th team foul. Rhodes will shoot the front end of a 1-and-1. Earns his second free throw, does Rhodes. Second free throw up and good. 5 Garnet members on the board. Yonda with 16, Robbie Walsh with 10, and then Bourne, Liebrick, and now Kaufman, all with 2. Add Rhodes to that list as well, and you have 6 on the board. 18 to shoot. Jordan Bishop. Rich Ross. Disappointing afternoon for him so far. Inside to Christopher Dean. He will fire from mid-range, no good. After the Walsh rebound, now this is Rhodes pushing up the floor. Finds Brennan. An open baseline 3, no good. Yonda with a follow all the way around. Tip back up again. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Zach Yonda and the Garnet. Had 3 opportunities there on the tip. Yonda, Walsh, and Kaufman all got a touch. None could finish. Number 24, Jordan Bishop, with his team trailing by 20. Now Christopher Dean, top of the key, finds Vondale Brantley coming off the screen. The ball kicked off Dean's foot. Brantley got it back, comes into the lane, a bit crazy off the glass, too strong. Rhodes is going to get stolen one of these days, doing that every time. Bishop is hip to that game. Comes in with the right and then turns back to the left. Matt Brennan now. Kaufman comes off a screen, floats in the lane, and finishes. The high floater is good from Andrew Kaufman. 36-14. Jordan Bishop finds Brantley. Bishop back up top, awaits a Dean screen. Dean can fire from three. Instead, two dribbles into the lane, runs right into the defender. An offensive foul called against Dean. Andrew Kaufman stood in there and took it. A bit of a wince standing up, but a good job done from Andrew Kaufman, who will come off the floor. Late substitution as Michael Rubayu will come on for Robbie Walsh. 3:49 to play. Garnett Holiday Tournament Championship game. Swarthmore looks to be in a pretty good spot here in the first half. Up 22. Brennan works to find somebody against the matchup zone. Liebrick's going to travel with it, slid the back foot. Swarthmore shooting over 50% from the field, 14 of 27. Wells College, on the other hand, just 19%, 4 of 21. Foul is called against Christian Rhodes. That's the 6th team foul. Rhodes is first. Jordan Bishop will come off the floor. On his place, Zachary Marsh, a freshman out of Whitney Point, New York. Dean gets the feed, could have gone up in one motion. Instead, head fakes once and is able to finish. Liebrick now. Brennan, an open look from three. No good. Rubayu, an easy rebound. Up and good off the glass. Zachary Marsh, he had his feet in cement or something there, just didn't jump for the ball. Making it an easy rebound for Rubayu. Now Marsh redeems himself a bit with a baseline tray. Rhodes gets all the way into the lane, flips it up with the left hand. Before the defense could even get back. 40-19 now the score. A 21-point lead for the Garnet of Swarthmore. Brantley again jumps and tries to pass it. Fortunate to get it off to Ross, who flips it up with the right hand and scores. Brennan again beating the defense down the floor. Liebrick. 17 to shoot for Matt Brennan. Rhodes will have an open look from three. That one's back iron, no good. Wasn't following his shot, so an easy rebound for Ross. Ross, bounce pass to the baseline. Courtney steps on the line. Pass was a bit low and bounced too close to him, so he was unable to control it the first time it got there. And on the bobble, that foot went on that baseline. Under 2 to play. Swarthmore's done a nice job breaking that pressure all day long. Bourne now had a look, instead one power dribble, floats in the lane, no good. Tipped up, and now Chris Courtney has it for Wells. Without any numbers, he'll pull it up. Good baseline drive, very strong off the glass with the left hand, Vondale Brantley. $1:25 to play, 21 to shoot. they'll play off Bourne and give him anything he wants. So he gets it back in the lane. Back to Brennan, an open three. Two-man game works well for the Garnet. 3 more for Matt Brennan. 43-23. Into the lane, Dean is blocked by Rubayu. Under a minute to play. Garnet on the run. Liebrick inside to Bourne. Extra pass to the baseline. No good. Rubayu, another good rebound. Ball's loose. Bourne has it. Left-handed shot is good. Off the window. 45 points here in the first half and likely one more possession to come. About a 7-second differential between game and shot clock. Zachary Marsh now to Courtney. Brantley gets inside. Another strong move. Cannot finish, but will go to the line. Brantley, a very north and south type guy. When he's dribbled east and west and tried to jump and pass, that's where he's gotten into trouble. But when he slashes to the bucket, that's when he's his most successful. First foul shot, no good. Kaufman into the game, replacing Rubayu. Sam Liebrick will also come off. Marsh will come off, and David Dames will come in for Wells. Second foul shot is good, and on to replace Vondale Brantley is Tyree Fisher, a freshman out of Henrietta, New York. Likely the final possession of the first half. Shot clock turned off. Rhodes fortunate to get that ball all the way to Yonda. He'll float into the lane, an easy bucket. Now 5 to shoot. No hurry whatsoever for Wells. They're gonna have to get this off from half court. They will not. That's not gonna count. Did not go in anyway, but no sense of urgency from Wells. They go into the break down 23 points. A 47-24 lead for Swarthmore. The Garnet end the first half shooting 53% from the field, 19 of 36. Wells, they improved a bit in the final stages of the first half. 31% from the field, 8 of 26. Swarthmore 5 of 15 from 3, 4 of 4 from the line, 25 rebounds to Wells' 11. And after 20 minutes of play, it's a 23-point lead in the championship game of the Garnet Holiday Tournament. You're watching the tournament right here on the Garnet Sports Network, and we'll be back in a few minutes for the second half. Welcome back to Tarbell Pavilion on the campus of Swarthmore College for the championship game of the Garnet Holiday Tournament, a two-day affair here in Swarthmore, Pennsylvania. The 8-0 Garnet of Swarthmore taking on Wells College, who beat Maine Maritime Academy yesterday to get to this game. It's been all Swarthmore so far, 47-24, 53% from the field. 25 rebounds to just 11 for Wells. And it's been a huge day for Zach Yonda, already with 18 points in just 20 minutes of play. Back to action now, inside to Walsh, great position, cannot finish. Gets his own rebound, muscles up and scores. Cleared some space, teetered on the edge of perhaps an offensive foul, but a little bit of a discard on Christopher Dean, gave him the space to finish. Spinning in the lane, Walsh. Walsh with the block. Ross with the shot, I should say, and Walsh got his hands in there. Liebrick to the bucket, cannot finish. Weak side rebound, and Walsh is pushed from the back. Walsh just with a two-handed shove as he went down, and Rich Ross will get hit with the foul. 49-24. Brennan now top of the key. Inside to Bourne, great position again, and he finishes. Swarthmore just working harder than Wells is right now. Big men getting really good position down low. By the time the ball gets there, the job is pretty much done. Chris Courtney gets in the lane, muscles through, travels on his way to the bucket. Referee Chris Conti had the call. It's a 27-point lead for Swarthmore. One of the more complete performances we've seen from this team this season. Yonda now to Bourne. He'll dish back. Extra pass now to Liebrick, inside to Walsh. Walsh gets double teamed, ball's taken away. Good effort that time from James Fiacco. Now Ross comes through the lane, might have traveled, but before that happens, there was some contact against Swarthmore. Liebrick's first foul of the game. Sam Liebrick tabbed as the culprit. First team foul of the half as well. Having some trouble getting it in. Now Chris Courtney. Bradley in the lane. Brantley cannot finish. Up the floor now, Matt Brennan. Brennan turns. Liebrick brings it back out. Now to the elbow. Brennan thought about the three. 15 to shoot. They'll work it around. Yonda, cross-court pass. They'll find Liebrick. Coming baseline now. Good look inside. And finishing is Chris Bourne. Drew the defense. Bounce pass came. Bourne was about 4 feet away and just put it over that front rim and in. Quick 6-0 run to start the second half from Swarthmore. Fiacco tries to cut into it, and he does. Brennan now back up the floor. Walsh serves as a natural screen, now takes it top of the key. Yonda. Foul is called against Rich Ross, who stuck out the elbow and arm bar as he was driving to the hoop. Wholesale substitutions for Swarthmore. Kaufman, Thaxter, and Leffler all into the game. $17:21 to play. Swarthmore well on their way to a championship in the Garnet Holiday Tournament. Inside to Thaxter. Thaxter backs down, turns to his right, cannot quite finish. Good rebound by Christopher Dean. Now Chris Courtney. Rich Ross. Never bashful about shooting, instead looks inside. Brantley turns into a triple team, decides to shoot anyway, gets his own rebound and gets fouled. So it all works out in the end, but spinning into a triple team by Vondell Brantley, that's not always the most prudent strategy. The lefty knocks down the first. Brantley now has 7 on the day, 2 of 8 shooting, 2 of 3 now from the line. Brantley's second is up and good. He has 8. It's now 53-28, 25-point lead for Swarthmore. Inside, John Thaxter has great position. Goes up and gets stripped. Last touch now by Wells. Jordan Bishop into the game along with Tyree Fisher. Coming off James Fiacco and Rich Ross. Ross only with 4, he's averaging 20 a game. Weak side comes Cosino, he's fouled by the newly substituted Tyree Fisher. Third team foul, first on Fisher. Leffler now to inbound, weak side block, and an offensive foul is going to be called, a moving screen against Andrew Kaufman. Now it'll be Chris Courtney, the point guard for Wells. That was Kaufman's second foul. Jordan Bishop off for Courtney. Jump stops in the lane. Thaxter with the block, but there was some body contact beforehand. Might have been against Cosino. And that's who they're going to call it against, Henry Cosino. Courtney's first foul shot, short off the front rim. Christian Rhodes comes into the game for Matt Brennan. Courtney's second free throw is good. It's now 53-29. Some full court pressure from Wells. Rhodes waves off the help, creates more space for himself to dribble up the floor. Rhodes off the Kaufman screen. Cosino will let it go from 3. It's good. The freshman Cosino knocks it down. Courtney with some behind the back dribbles, gets all the way in the lane. He's bumped on his way there. They're gonna wave it off. The foul was on the floor. Shane Leffler with the bump. Already 5 team fouls against Swarthmore. We're not even 4 minutes into this second half. Leffler goes down. Courtney in the lane, falls away, a bit short, and Kaufman with a rebound. Rhodes, a long pass. Cosino's hit. A very dangerous pass. Rhodes was looking for Cosino, and it was Tyree Fisher that got in there. Half a second quicker from Fisher, though, and you're looking at a steal. "16 minutes exactly to play. 27-point lead for Swarthmore. Christian Rhodes gets into the lane, hangs, leaves off for Thaxter, a bit too strong there. Bishop, individual move into lane, good find. Brantley elects to come into the lane, and the traveling violation is called. Christopher Dean. Don't think he expected that. Vondell Brantley, he had a great look from 3 if he wanted it. He elected to go inside, was forced to jump, and did another one of those jump passes. Don't think Dean was ready for it, and it led to the travel. Foul called. Tyree Fisher tabbed once again. That's his third foul. Fisher's only played a couple minutes. He already has 3 fouls. He'll come to the bench, and Rick Ross is on to replace him. Good look, baseline, solid from Chris Bourne. Set up shop on the weak side block. And the shot clock had not started on that ensuing possession. So they'll put 28 on the clock, 15:22 to play in the game, and a 29-point lead for the Swarthmore Garnet. An offensive foul is called, likely to go against Vondell Brantley. And they will call it actually on Rich Ross. That's his third foul of the game. 4 points, 3 fouls for the guy that averages 20 for this Wells team. Christian Rhodes to walk it across the timeline. Leffler finds Bourne. Kaufman thought about the 3. 16 to shoot, an offensive foul, another moving screen. And Henry Cosino will be called for it. That's his 4th foul. Cosino, about 8 minutes of action, 4 fouls. Vondell Brantley gets all the way into the lane, cannot finish. Nearly tipped up and in by Kaufman. Last touch by Bourne now. But Kaufman really gave a lot of respect to the driving ability of Vondell Brantley. He backed way off him, and Brantley still beat him to the rim. An impressive slasher. Jordan Bishop gets the inbound pass, a fresh 30 here for Wells. Rich Ross has it now, comes just inside the lane and throws it away. Christopher Dean not ready for that one. Last few possessions have not been good ones for Christopher Dean, and he and Ross are talking about it as they walk off the floor. Some communication mix-ups, and Dean just not ready for these passes. Timeout for Wells. 14:42 to play. 58-29, a 29-point lead for Swarthmore at home. And just ticking down the time until they can earn the championship of the Garnet Holiday Tournament. We'll be right back right here on the Garnet Sports Network. Tarbell Pavilion, the site of Swarthmore basketball and the Garnet Holiday Tournament. 58-29, Swarthmore jumped out to a big lead and has not looked back since. Liebrick now holds. Chris Bourne now off to Yonda. Liebrick will launch from the baseline. It's good. Sam Liebrick with the 3. 61-29. Rich Ross, he's guarded by Yonda. Top of the key now, Courtly jump stops, now comes through the lane, floats it home. Good underhanded, left-handed finish. Chris Bourne, they find Rhodes. Rhodes draws a double, comes back up to the top of the key. Liebrick has another 3. Back iron, no good. Yonda with the good hustle for the rebound. Comes down the baseline, Now Yonda, the head fake, and the offense will reset. Christian Rhodes now with 16 to shoot. Yonda, baseline tray, that one's good. Yonda now over 20 points. He has 21 on 8 of 11 shooting. Rich Ross all the way in. Might have just lost it himself. I don't think any Garnet touched that. But it will stay here on this side of the floor. Matt Brennan into the game. Christian Rhodes will come off. Ross comes in from the baseline, works hard, and finishes high off the glass. And a technical foul is called against Ross. Likely said something on his way back down the floor. Ross is not thrilled, but the Garnet do not appear surprised. Certainly unable to hear up here, but seems fairly cut and dried. Yonda hits the first free throw. He's going to take the 2 technical shots. That's also the 4th personal foul against Rich Ross. Yonda hits the 2nd. Swarthmore will retain possession after the technical foul. Ross comes to the bench after his 4th personal foul, which goes along with the technical. Now a 66-33 game, 13-10 to play. Very complete effort from this Swarthmore team this afternoon. 17 to shoot, they try to get it inside to Walsh. Good effort and hustle from Bourne. They get it back to Liebrick. No good. Bourne with another rebound. Bourne goes straight up and finishes. Out hustling this Wells College team. Brantley jumps again. Lucky to get it to Marsh. Now to Bishop. Bishop into the lane. Walsh with a big block. Bishop with 17 to shoot. Comes baseline. Another jump pass. Swells team getting themselves in trouble. Not knowing where they want to go with the basketball. Vaughndale Brantley from 3, no good. Zach Yonda with an uncontested rebound. Now Sam Liebrick to Bourne. Skip pass to Yonda. 17 to shoot. Bourne in the lane, nearly stolen. A foul will be called against Bishop, and he is visibly confused or visibly upset. And it looks like Bishop will get his 2nd foul. It's the 8th team foul, so Bourne will go to the line to shoot 1 and 1. Chris Bourne has 12 points on the afternoon, 6 of 10 shooting. Foul shot is up and good. He'll earn his 2nd. Bourne's 2nd free throw is good. 3 substitutions for the Garnet. Rubayu, Thaxter, and Leffler coming on. Bourne, Walsh, and Sam Liebrick will come off. (70-33), an offensive output type of day for this Swarthmore team. And one of the most complete games we've seen all season. Good skip pass to look inside and finished by number 31, James Fiacco, averaging about 8 a game. Yonda gets it at the elbow, feeds off for Rubayu, and Rubayu traveled. He wasn't ready for that pass from Yonda. Yonda taps his chest saying, "That's my bad." Zachary Marsh. Now Chris Courtney, top of the key. Another jump pass. They're able to get it off. Brantley inside, a good look to the weak side block, but before that pass was made, foul will be called. That's the 7th team foul against Swarthmore, a 1-and-1 upcoming for Vaughndale Brantley. Brantley, the leading scorer for this Wells team this afternoon. He has 8. 2 of 10 shooting, 3 of 4 from the line. Brantley hits the first, earning his second. Henry Cosino comes in. He has 4 fouls. Yonda will come off. Matt Brennan will come off. Rhodes in his place. Second free throw good. Christian Rhodes up the floor, 11:19 to play, a 33-point lead for the Garnet. Michael Rubayu, top of the key, now Leffler. The head fake gets into the block, and back to the top of the key. Good look to Cosino, he'll launch a 3 and hit it. (73-39), Leffler goes down hard. Right into the feet of referee Sean Campbell. Luckily, Campbell's okay. A nice diving effort to try to save that. Very impressed by the hustle of this Swarthmore team. Leading by 36, they're still the first one on the floor for 50-50 balls. It's very impressive. Zachary Marsh turns toward the elbow. Good look inside. Fiacco is fouled. Thaxter wants to take the foul. And he will indeed get it. 2 from the line upcoming for James Fiacco. Fiacco hits the first. He has 7. 3 of 4 from the floor, and that was his first free throw. Fiacco hits the second. 73-39. Full court pressure against Christian Rhodes and the Garnet of Swarthmore. Cosino, cross-court pass gets all the way to Leffler. They're across the timeline. Cosino, he'll launch another 3, and he'll hit it. Big day from 3 for the freshman. 3 of 4, 9 points. Brantley leaves off for Smith. Well long. Up the floor comes Rhodes. Doesn't have a ton of numbers. Turns his way right into trouble. Finds Leffler all the way on the other side of the floor. Extra pass to Cosino, this time just inside the 3-point line. That one's long. Rubayu's pass is stolen. Darius Smith against Leffler. Leffler fouls him hard. Helps him up as well, but Darius Smith was not going to get 2 easy ones there, not on Shane Leffler's watch. Darius Smith, a junior, out of Lanham, Maryland. He went to the famed DeMatha Catholic. Has produced 16 NBA players out of that school. Also a wonderful football program, year after year. Smith hits 1 of 2. It's 76-40, 9:47 to play in the championship game of the Garnet Holiday Tournament. Swarthmore with a win against Earlham College yesterday, and now looking to conclude the tournament with a win today in a championship. Leffler, elbow extended, finds Rubayu. Spins to his right, cannot quite finish. The rebound down to Wells. MJ Williams Zachary Marsh steps into a three, long, and the rebound down to Rhodes. Rhodes doesn't see the defender. And back it comes, MJ Williams all the way to the bucket. Rabayu got a hand in there and blocked it. Now Shane Leffler. Under 9 minutes to play. Rhodes into the lane, flips it up with the left hand, can't quite finish. The rebound came down to Jared Alexander. MJ Williams with the head fake. Driving into the lane, spinning and finding Marsh. 17 to shoot, 8:40 to play. MJ Williams, baseline three, that one's good. 76 to 43 now. Rhodes may need some help in the backcourt. Comes in the form of Henry Cosino. Rhodes will reset the offense. He slipped to the hole, but Cosino unable to find him. Cosino launches a three. That one's good. Henry Cosino. Certainly unabashed from three. Always willing to launch, and very efficiently so. 4 of 5 from beyond the arc today. Dakari Eggsdale. Off to Williams. Got himself in the air, gets it off to Alexander. 3 on the shot clock, and he hits. Good slip through the defense. Christian Rose nearly double dribbles. He'll get all the way inside. Good look for Kaufman. One head fake goes up and gets fouled. He will shoot 2 at the line. Kaufman has 4 on the day, 2 of 2 from the field. First foul shot is good. Swarthmore at 80 points with 7 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the championship game of the Garnet Holiday Tournament. Off comes Rabayu, Rhodes, and Cosino. Cosino having quite the afternoon, about 10 minutes played, 12 points, 4 of 5 from 3. Kaufman's second is good. .7:20 to play, and a foul is called against Swarthmore. Cam Wiley, a freshman out of Atlanta, Georgia, who just came into the game. This is John Bermohan. Bermohan knocks down the first, a sophomore out of Tampa, Florida. Bermohan to complete both foul shots he does. 81 to 47 now, and they'll pick up in full court. Kaufman flips it in. Shane Leffler comes off the screen. Kaufman will launch from the top of the key. That one's good. Andrew Kaufman, and the bench likes that one. The big man knocks down the tray. Bermohan off to MJ Williams. Zachary Marsh finds Williams, spinning in the lane, and finishing over the outstretched arm of Sean Thaxter. Very impressive bucket that time from MJ Williams. Brandon Patton now. Kaufman thought about launching from the baseline, instead inside to Thaxter. Up top, the three. Cam Wiley can't hit. Nice effort from Kaufman. It's tipped around and comes down to Dakari Eggsdale all the way to the bucket. Blocking foul called. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Shane Leffler was in position, but referee Sean Campbell pointing directly at the arc. He was inside the restricted area. Eggsdale knocks down the first free throw. Second free throw is good. Full court pressure now. Swarthmore leading 84-51. Cam Wiley serves as a safety valve. Still need to get it across the timeline. That'll be Christian Rhodes' job. Rhodes to the elbow, spins back. Brandon Patton now. Wiley with 13 to shoot, hits Thaxter, cutting to the rim. Rhodes will launch a three, and it's good. Tried to pop out, but then went right down in the cylinder. Rhodes with a three, it's 87-51, under 6 to play. Eggsdale off to MJ Williams. Unable to penetrate right now as Wells. Marsh, mid-range game, no good. Rhodes with a full head of steam. Finds Patton, baseline three. That one well long and down to MJ Williams. 2-on-2, he'll go right at the defense. Jump stop, nearly stolen. Eggsdale for three, no good. Thaxter, see who the foul will go against. They called it against Thaxter. It's a tough call. Got to the ball first, but they thought he went too hard in the defender, which was Jared Alexander. Jared Alexander will now shoot 2 foul shots. And that's the 4th personal foul against Sean Thaxter. Up and good for Alexander, 87-52. Alexander's second is no good. Thaxter with the rebound. Cam Wiley, number 23, serving as the point guard here in the final minutes. Wiley off the screen. Good look to Thaxter. Thought about it from the elbow. Instead, inside to Rubayu, who finishes off the glass. Now Bermohan. Eggsdale just inside the three-point line. That one's no good. Jared Alexander tips it out of bounds. But Rubayu got a hand in there as well. It will stay on this end of the floor. Thaxter comes off, Kaufman on. Alexander will come off for Wells. And on in his place is David Dames. MJ Williams, baseline three. That one's good. Rhodes waves his teammates up the floor. Dribbles through the double that was coming. Patton comes into the lane, flips high off the glass, a bit strong. Kaufman with the rebound, fouled on his way up, counted and one. Kaufman now into double figures. He has 11. 4 of 4 from the floor, 2 of 2 from the line. That's efficiency. Add 4 rebounds to that count for Kaufman as well. Hits the second. Or hits his only free throw and now has 12. Eggsdale ran into traffic, nowhere to go. Fortunate to have that ball bounce off Patton's foot and out of bounds. Swarthmore started with a torrid pace today, and they have remained so. 53% from the floor, 48 from 3. And perfect, 11 out of 11 from the foul line. Eggsdale, MJ Williams, he'll launch a long three. MJ Williams having a nice afternoon. Didn't see much time at all in the first half, but he's hit a couple threes. 92-58. Swarthmore looking to get to triple figures. Cam Wiley, no, the rebound to Kaufman, he finishes. 14 for Andrew Kaufman. Big day from a lot of guys. We've seen very little of Zach Yonde. Has 23 points, but certainly not as much of a need to have him on there. Get some other guys opportunities, as going up and getting fouled was number 33, David Dames, freshman out of Manhattan, New York. Kaufman picks up his third foul. 13 threes today for Swarthmore. Henry Cosino back into the game. Thaxter into the game as well. Rabayu and Andrew Kaufman will come off. Second foul shot, no good. Thaxter with the rebound, and now it's Rhodes. Christian Rhodes gets into the lane, up with the right hand and finishes. High off the glass over the outstretched arm of number 33, David Dames. MJ Williams gets baseline, flicks inside, somehow gets it to Dames. How did that get through? And he'll go to the line to shoot two. 96-59, 3:08 to play. That's all that separates this Garnet team from a Garnet Holiday Tournament championship. Cosino comes off, a nice afternoon for him. First free throw is missed from David Dames. Dames now to take his second. Up and good, 96-60. A 36-point lead. And Swarthmore soon to move to 9-0 on the season. Best start in school history. And some confidence going into conference play. Patton finishes inside. And you see how excited the bench and the fan base is about that one. Brandon Patton, little used, puts two on the board. And now Cam Wiley gets a steal. He chases it down to the bucket, hands off for Rhodes, flips it in. Triple digits for the Garnet of Swarthmore. It's 100-60. Nearly a travel. Bermoen, top of the key. There's the shot, no good from Eggsdale. The rebound to Thaxter. Rhodes will set up the offense. Michael Rabayu, top of the key, finds Thaxter, 16 to shoot. Patton on the cut. Back up top, Wiley for three, in and out. Thaxter with a strong rebound, and they will reset. Fresh 30 here for Swarthmore, in no hurry. Rabayu inside, finishes strong. And a timeout. It'll be just to get the subs in, they'll keep it rolling. Nate Mitchell into the game, along with Chris Watson, a freshman out of the Bronx. Kadeem Campbell, a sophomore out of Union City, New Jersey, is also into the game. And now stolen by Wiley again. Wiley to the bucket, this time he'll take it himself, can't finish. He will go to the line to shoot two. Tried to go up and under. Didn't quite get to the other end or the other side of that rim quick enough. Had to put it up and put a lot of English, which took it far off the rim on the bounce off the backboard. Wiley a bit long on the first. Wiley, a freshman out of Atlanta, Georgia, 6 foot. Hits the second. 103-60. Triple digits for the Garnet of Swarthmore on their way to a Garnet Holiday Tournament Championship. MJ Williams hits another three. Williams, a really nice second half. He has 14 to lead all Wells scorers. Not bad, a guy that's only played 13 minutes. Under 1 minute to play now. Brandon Patton along the baseline. Garnet leading by 40. Rhodes gets into the lane. Ball nearly stolen, ends up back in his hands. 2 to shoot, someone's got to let it go. Wiley will. In and out, no good. Rebound bounced around and finally picked up by Chris Watson. Williams thought about another 3. Long cross-court pass, comes all the way to Campbell. That one's for 3, and it's good. Kadeem Campbell. Shot clock is turned off. Swarthmore won't need to take another shot. Double team comes against Rhodes. Nearly stolen, he gets it back to Patton. 10 to shoot now, back to Rhodes. And Swarthmore's gonna come in to home turf and pick up a championship in the Garnet Holiday Tournament, a 2-day fair here at Tarbell Pavilion. 100-3 to 66. Convincing from the Garnet going into conference play. Leading scorer Zach Yonda with 23 points. Andrew Kaufman had 14, along with Chris Bourne, who also had 14. Robbie Walsh had 12. Henry Cosino had 12 on 4 of 5 shooting from 3. Christian Rhodes ended up with 11. Liebrook with 5, Brennan with 3. Patton had 2, Wiley with 1, and Michael Robayu, he had 6. For Wells, leading scorer was MJ Williams. Brantley ended up with 10. Ross with 6, and Courtney also with 6. Fiacco, he had 8. Swarthmore ended up shooting 54% from the field versus 36.5% for Wells. They out-rebounded them 46-23. 12 of 13 from the line for Swarthmore, 20 of 28 from the line for Wells. 28 defensive rebounds, 18 offensive rebounds for the Garnet, which led to that big disparity. An impressive win, a championship win, 103-66 against Wells to wrap up 2015 for the Garnet. They're 9-0 as they go into conference play. And now we'll keep it right here for the trophy ceremony. And you see Rich Ross be named to the all-tournament team. Ross greeted by head coach Landry Kosmalski. Robbie Walsh is honored, and he will have the opportunity to receive the honor from his head coach, Landry Kosmalski. And from Swarthmore College, number 20, Zach Yonda. And no surprise with that one, Zach Yonda, honored as a member of the all-tournament team. Yonda with 23 today, had a torrid first half. Didn't have to play much in the second half with the huge lead. And now the runner-up trophy being presented to Wells College. To receive it on behalf of the team, number 24, Jordan Bishop. And now the Garnet honored as the 2015 champions of the Garnet Holiday Tournament. Sean Thaxter, Brandon Patton, and Shane Leffler out there, and now we'll be joined by the entire team to take a picture with the championship trophy. An impressive effort and a championship win for the Swarthmore College Garnet here in the Garnet Holiday Tournament. Complete performance on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. And what started and has been the best start in school history will continue into 2016. Perfect, 9-0, the Swarthmore Garnet. That's all we have for you here today from Tarbell Pavilion on the campus of Swarthmore College. We'll see you after the new year as the 2015-2016 season continues for Swarthmore. This is Bob Long saying so long. We'll see you next time.